Bryan Battle has had a whirlwind week. The 30-year-old was preparing for UFC 319 only to watch the fight collapse before he even stepped into the cage. To make matters worse, his failure on the scale led to harsh consequences, with Dana White cutting him from the UFC roster entirely. But in combat sports, closed doors often open unexpected paths, and for Bryan Battle, that lifeline came from an unlikely duo, Jon Jones and Mike Perry. Rather than waiting on the sidelines, the Butcher is now stepping straight into the chaos of Dirty Boxing Championship, a fast-rising promotion co-founded by Perry and later joined by former UFC heavyweight champion Jon Jones. So while it seemed the 30-year-old was still searching for an opponent, it now looks like he's finally found one. Who, you ask? Did Bryan Battle just catch a break with his next opponent? Just hours ago, Dirty Boxing Championship announced on X, everyone's been asking who Bryan Battle is fighting. Well, here it is, it's Derek Freitas, and this matchup is guaranteed violence. The promotion confirmed that Battle will meet Derek DeFreitas in a middleweight contest at DBX3, set to take place at the hangar just outside Miami. Derek DeFreitas enters the Dirty Boxing cage with a 3-9 pro MMA record. The 34-year-old Brazilian has been stopped in 2 straight bouts, and in 7 of his last 8 overall. He hasn't tasted victory since a 31-second submission at Avalanche FC in November 2023. For Bryan Battle, meanwhile, the fight marks the beginning of his post-UFC chapter, a chance to redefine himself after compiling a 7-1 run in the promotion that included a TUF title, multiple finishes, and 2 Performance of the Night bonuses. Battle's release from the UFC was jarring given his success in The Ultimate Fighter, TUF 29, where he emerged as the middleweight tournament winner. That history makes his sudden exit all the more surprising and fuels fan discussion on Reddit and X, where some argue weight management, not talent, cost him his roster spot. But the road here wasn't without setbacks. Battle's scheduled UFC 319 fight with Nursultan Ruziboev was scrapped when he came in 4 pounds over the middleweight limit. It was a familiar misstep, having previously missed weight at welterweight against Randy Brown before moving up and repeating the same mistake. Explaining the struggles, Battle admitted, "I'm getting older and my body just can't do the things it used to do. I thought it was going to be a piece of cake, but when you're cutting weight and things go south, once they start going downhill, it's hard to recover, you know what I mean?" That lapse ultimately closed the door on his UFC career before he could reach another level. Now, with DBX offering a fresh platform, Battle has the chance to reintroduce himself to fight fans in a setting built for fireworks. For Jon Jones and Mike Perry, co-architects of the promotion, it's another statement signing in their push to make DBX a new proving ground. And to raise the stakes further, Bones also revealed plans for a history-making title fight at the much-anticipated event. What's your perspective on? Can Bryan Battle's move to Dirty Boxing reignite his career, or is it a desperate gamble? Dirty Boxing ready to host its first title fight in history. The timing of Bryan Battle's debut couldn't be more symbolic, as DBX isn't just signing fighters, they're also preparing to crown their very first champion. Jon Jones, who shocked the fight industry by stepping into the role of promoter after retiring from the UFC, announced that Dirty Boxing Championship 3 will host its maiden title fight. And it's no ordinary matchup. In the main event, Jairzinho Rozenstruik will collide with the undefeated Rob the Wolf Perez for the inaugural DBX heavyweight title. Jones himself described it as a clash of raw aggression and violent intent, promising fans a spectacle that blends chaos with history. But the stakes go far beyond a belt. Jon Jones has made it clear that DBX is no gimmick, it's a proving ground where careers can be reborn and legacies defined. And that's exactly what makes Bryan Battle's debut so intriguing.